This year for Christmas, instead of toys, we decided to gift the kids with a trip to Gatlinburg. So if you are interested in what you can do for 48 hours in Gatlinburg, then keep on watching. We drove up late Thursday night, and on Friday morning, we woke up, went to the pancake house, and then we explored the village, and it was very empty, so we got a chance to look around because none of the stores were open yet. So this gave us a perfect lazy morning to just kind of explore all the Christmas decorations. Then we went back to the condo, got into the car, and we drove over to Pigeon Forge to go to Pigeon Forge Snow to go snow tubing. This is a snow tubing place that is open year-round, and for $44.99 you can go for 1 hour of snow tubing and 30 minutes of snow play, or you can just do $39.99 for 1 hour of snow tubing and an extra $10 for 30 minutes of snow play. This has 7 lanes, and the fun thing about this is that you get an armband, and at the very bottom of the conveyor belt, they scan it, and that is when your hour starts. So it is never very crowded because you always have people circling in and out. It was especially not crowded because this was a Friday, so I think some kids were still in school, which basically gave us the place to ourselves, and it was so awesome. Another thing is that the smaller kids are going to be in the orange tubes and the bigger kids are going to be in the blue tubes, and they monitor this. There's someone who is at the very top of the lanes, and he controls when people go down. There is a bar that comes up, and when he is ready for everyone to go down, the bar lowers and you automatically just get pushed down the lane. And I was told that on either side of the guy who is pushing the button are the fastest lanes. And I actually think that 1 hour of snow tubing is actually the perfect amount of time, because after an hour we were all ready to go and the kids had a lot of fun going into the snow play area. I also like that we didn't have to lug the tubes all the way up to the top every single time. The conveyor belt was very nice. We ended up just paying for the kids to do the snow play area, and Matt and I just kind of sat and observed. I do think that the snow play area, it is more ice than snow, and so it was a little bit slick to play in, but the kids had a great time. After that, we went over to Bennetts BBQ, and Harrison was so tired that he actually slept through lunch, but lunch was delicious. Then we went back to the condo for a little bit, and then when it was time for dinner, we went to the Ole Mill restaurant. The corn chowder was absolutely amazing. They have great corn fritters as well, and you can go to the general store and get a bag of corn, and all of the ducks will come rushing when you throw corn over the rail. It was a lot of fun. After that, we went from our parking space from the Ole Mill restaurant, and we walked over to the Wonders of Light walking trail in Pigeon Forge. And this was a free event, and you can just walk through. It is 1.2 miles down and 1.2 miles back. I think that if we could have done this over again, we would have gone over to the island and parked, and we would have gone maybe about half a mile in and half a mile back to make like a 1 mile trip. I do think that the end of the 1 mile walk, which is this part right here, was a lot better. And when we got over to the island, we got to see this light show with the music and the synchronized water and lights. And I'm just going to be quiet and let you watch this show. After we rested a little bit, we went back on our 1 mile walk back to our parking spot. We did think that we could go and catch a shuttle, but that ended up being a flop. So learn from our mistakes and park at the island. The next morning, we went over to Sky Pirates mini golf, and you can do 1 course or 2 courses. There's an indoor course, which is the mermaid area, and then there is an outdoor course that is on the rooftop, and that is the pirate area. Each of the courses are 18 holes, and we decided, since it was so cold outside, that we were going to do the indoor course, and it has a lot of little photo ops like this one right here, and one in the ship that the kids really honestly had more fun with than actually doing the golfing. This was Harrison's first time doing mini golf, so I think we need to have a few more times of him learning. After that, the kids got their faces painted, Caroline got a mermaid, and Harrison chose to be all holiday and went with a reindeer. And we decided, even though we paid for the indoor course, that we would just go and just look around on the rooftop, and they had this fun slide. And honestly, the kids just kind of played on the slide for about 20 to 30 minutes, and I think they had more fun doing that than the actual mini golf. Then we went back to the condo and rested for a little bit, and then we made our way over to Anakeesta. This is an outdoor park, and you get up there by gondola, sky ride, or you can do a Rambler truck on the way up, but you cannot go and park up there. So you pay $23 for kids 4 to 11 or $35 for kids 12 to 59. And once we got up there, we chose to come up when the sun was setting, and we had a nice dinner looking over the incredible views. And then we went over to the tree challenge adventure course and then the treehouse play area. And finally, we paid an extra $18 per person to go to Astra Lumina, which was this incredible light show. You walked through it. It had a little name for each exhibit that you would walk through, and it had a playtime so that you knew how long to stay to let it play through. But that being said, you can walk through at your own pace. You don't have to stay a certain time in each area, and it was honestly incredible. Each area had its own sound, each area had its own lights, and each area had its own feel, and it was absolutely incredible. This was my favorite part of the entire trip, and this is one area that I was really looking forward to going to. Like I said, this is an add-on to the admission that you pay for to get into Anakeesta, but in my opinion, this is very well worth it. It is a little bit of a photosensitive, and I was worried about Matt with the seizures, but his seizures tend to be more with the loud noises, and he did fine with the lights. But just to give you a fair warning, if you are photosensitive, you may want to avoid this. The Stardust race was by far my favorite. It was Caroline's favorite too, and it just kind of made you feel like you were in another world. And again, like I said, you walk through this at your own pace, but it does give you a playtime at each of the signs as you walk into it. But they also have areas that you can sit down and watch the entire show. The Stellar Visions is kind of set up like a theater, so you have benches set up and you watch the screen, and that was really cool too. After we did Astral Lumina, the entire place of Anakeesta was all lit up, and while it is open during the day and it's fun during the day, I feel like you'll get the most bang for your buck, and it is by far so incredible at nighttime. This is in the bird venture area, and it has all these different bird houses that are all lit up, and it has these series of slides. I did go down these with the kids because it is multiple levels, and when my kids went down one slide, I had no idea where they came out of. So once they came back up, I just decided to go with them just so that I could keep an eye on them because it was getting pretty crowded. That being said, though, I am 38 years old, and I had a blast going down all the slides. We finished up our trip by going on the Treetop Skywalk, which is a series of suspended bridges in between the trees, and at night it is all lit up and it is so magical. So there you have it. That is our 48 hours in Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge during Christmas time. Let me know in the comments below what you would want to try or what we missed and we should try next time.